We begin this half hour with the ongoing effort to solve the state's housing crisis. Despite pushback on the MBTA Communities Law, the Healey administration is moving ahead with its housing goals.
So the goal here, they're sort of aiming to curtail the statewide crisis one unit at a time. NBC 10 political reporter Matt Pritchard, he is joining us live from Salem right now. And Matt, you actually got to look at several projects that are currently in progress. What can you tell us here?
Yeah, that's right, Colton, JC, whether it's Cambridge or whether it's Salem, there's a bunch of different areas that are trying to find ways to put units wherever they can find them. But all the same, there are those communities across the Commonwealth that are still pushing back on this approach. From construction sites to fully finished projects, housing efforts are taking shape statewide. 106 affordable units rising up in crowded Cambridge.
This really checks a lot of boxes for us as a state and certainly for the city of Cambridge.
15 miles away in Salem, homes are being stacked on top of retail stores.
Downsizing from larger homes, they didn't need in the community anymore. They wanted single floor living and to stay in the community where they had raised their kids.
Attorney General Campbell touring 3 different projects in various stages, commending the Witch City for being the first to comply with the MBTA Communities Law.
All of this goes to address a housing crisis that we're seeing across the state, not just from the calls we're getting in our office, and I think the mayor would say the same, but just the rising costs of buying a home.
Now, the law mandates towns with mass transit lines rezone for more housing near T-stops, but securing broad acceptance has been no easy task. Towns like Milton and Holden are currently out of compliance, with others drawing out the process through their December deadline.
Salem was the first city to be certified. Lexington was the first town to be certified as compliant. I think if you look at those communities, you'd see that the character of those communities isn't negatively affected by being in compliance.
And even with everyone on board, Attorney General Campbell says that's just a first step, pointing to the $4 billion Affordable Homes Act.
Sealing of eviction records, which disproportionately affect poor people or communities of color, another legislative solution. Accessory dwelling units, another powerful tool to address the housing crisis.
And don't forget, the Attorney General's office has sued the town of Milton for being out of compliance with the MBTA Communities Law. We expect that case to come before the Supreme Judicial Court this fall. In Salem, Matt Pritchard, NBC 10 Boston.